Hey there everyone, welcome to Violet's Dream Tarot. So today we're going to be doing a reading that is kind of free-flowing. I don't have a particular question in mind for any of you guys today. This is going to be a message from one of the three major archangels. We've got Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, and Archangel Gabriel. I'll probably do a reading in the future where you can get a message from all of them, but today I just wanted to see which archangel was calling out to you. And it's a little bit different because normally we would choose a pile based on a different tarot deck, but today we're obviously using the oracle decks to decide. So I'm going to let each individual archangel guide the reading and the messages that come out and the sort of format that the reading takes. I'm just going to be the vessel or the channel for the archangelic messages today. So you can choose with your intuition. We will look at the piles more closely in a moment, but I just want to say before we do, a big thank you to all of my lovely subscribers and to all of my lovely patrons, including Alexandra, Kelly, Cara, Mia, Joan, and Nicole. Thank you so much to each and every one of you for the support and love that you show to the channel. So using your intuition, just ask yourself, what do I need to hear? What messages do the archangels want to give me, or what messages are coming in for me from the angelic realm? And let's just look at each deck more closely. We've got the Archangel Michael Oracle deck for pile 1, so this will be getting messages from Archangel Michael. On pile 2 we have Archangel Raphael. And on pile 3 we have Archangel Gabriel. So the piles are quite simple today. I didn't see the need to put anything else on them because obviously you can see the archangel or the archangel's symbol on each pile. Choose with your intuition based on where you're feeling called intuitively, because that will give you the most accurate reading, and at the end of the day that's what we're here to do. If you want to receive a message from a particular archangel, feel free to choose that pile based on just, I want to hear from this archangel, but bear in mind that if you do that, the messages may not resonate as much because this is whichever archangel really wants to get a message across to you today. So choosing with your intuition will give you the most accurate reading, but you can feel free to just watch them all if you want to, or just to get a message from your favorite archangel. That's completely fine. So with that being said, take as much time as you need to choose, and I'll get ready with pile number 1 once you've chosen. Hey there group 1, welcome to your reading if you chose Archangel Michael. These are going to be your messages from the archangel. I think we'll start with the Archangel Michael cards, and then we'll move on to tarot and some other oracle decks that I've chosen today. It's a little bit different to how I normally do the readings, because I normally start with tarot and then we move on to oracle and then charms and dice. We will still be doing the charms and dice as always, but I just wanted to allow the archangels to guide the reading, and that's why I think we should start out with the messages from their specific oracle decks. So let's see what Archangel Michael has to say to you, group 1. I would love it as well if you could subscribe if you haven't already. That means that you get notified whenever I release a new video, so you never miss out on anything that I upload, and it really helps out my channel as well. Okay. So I wanted to make sure that we got a few. So we have got, pay attention to your dreams. Thank you for tucking me into bed tonight and helping me enjoy a wonderfully restful night's sleep. Archangel Michael, I invite you into my dreams as my teacher, guide, and healer. Please allow me to understand this specific situation on a spiritual level and give me guidance. So Archangel Michael says your dreams are important. They're giving you important messages now. He also says your home is protected by angels. Archangel Michael, thank you for watching over my home and its inhabitants. I ask that you post guardian angels at each window and door, ensuring its security. Thank you for guiding my finances so that I can easily afford to pay my rent, mortgage, or taxes. It's a lovely message. Then we have admit the truth to yourself and act accordingly. I appreciate your support in helping me face my feelings with grace and acceptance so that I can be lovingly honest with myself and others. Thank you, Archangel Michael, for giving me courage and strength. And finally, focus upon divine and perfect health. God and Archangel Michael, thank you for continuously reminding me to focus upon perfect health and for guiding my actions so that they support my well-being. So Archangel Michael is highlighting dreams, your home and finances, admitting the truth about a situation, and health. Okay, so we'll get some more oracle cards, or maybe we should do some tarot first. We use the Archangel Power Tarot. I think that fits very nicely with this type of reading. So we have Page of Ariel coming up here, the Page of Pentacles. Reliable, clever, educated, balanced. It says an excellent opportunity will be offered to you. Scholarships or the pursuit of education. Time to get to work. So that's Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn showing up there. We also have the Five of Raphael or Five of Cups. Everything happens for a reason. Release regret and embrace the opportunities for happiness. Search for the silver lining. Okay, so this could be to do with the... This card in particular could be to do with the admit the truth to yourself message. There may be a... Oh, sorry. There may be a situation where you have kind of had a sinking feeling for quite some time, thinking, you know, I don't think this is working out the way that I want it to, but I kind of don't want to acknowledge that in case it makes it real. And Archangel Michael in that case is saying, look, sometimes we have to know when to walk away, or we have to accept that sometimes things don't work out according to our desires or our plans. There's a reason for that, or there's a lesson in that. But sometimes that's the way it goes. But there is, however, some kind of opportunity coming towards you, or there is going to be some benefit from the work that you put in as you move forwards, because we've got that Page of Pentacles message. You might also like to watch the Raphael group, because you've got perfect health and Raphael showing up in that deck, and so when I first got that card I thought, ooh, reminds me of Raphael. So if you were struggling to pick between the two, or if you really wanted to hear from Archangel Raphael, then go ahead. So we have Violet Duchess here, number 18, stifled, bored and stuck. This again could relate back to the Five of Cups and the admit the truth to yourself message. A situation that just seems to be dragging on and isn't really going anywhere, but you don't really want to acknowledge that or fully give up on it because you don't want to admit defeat, or perhaps you don't want it to be real, that it's not working out, or that things need massively adjusting in order to achieve your goals. You might have been trying to achieve something by a certain method for quite a long time, and to change that now would mean that all of this time and effort feels like it's been completely wasted, you know? But there is a lesson there, according to Archangel Michael. There is a reason behind that. So here we've got number 15, messages for a rabbit, service to the animal world. And number 16, a moment's regret, nostalgia, idealizing the past, fearing you've made a mistake. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. This is going to be very different for everyone watching. But there is definitely a situation that you feel is either not working out as planned, or you're worried you've made the wrong choice. And because it's going to be different for everyone, I don't want to say, you know, definitely walk away, it's wrong for you. For some people, it's more that you have to take a different approach. The particular approach or path towards your goal or preferred outcome isn't quite working out and needs some adjustment. But for some people, walking away is the right thing to do. We've got finding sanctuary, opening to your spiritual source. I'm kind of getting like a few, themes coming through in this reading. Partially I'm feeling dreams, and partially I'm feeling home. Okay, because this always makes me think of home being sanctuary. Like, you see how it's very sort of disconnected from everything around it. It stands firm, and that's the place where you can lock yourself away. And we've had this message about your home is protected by the angels, and we've also got this message about money and working and maybe being a little bit dissatisfied. And so maybe some of you are worried about something like mortgages, or you're trying to save for your own home, but you're not sure you can manage enough to get somewhere desirable. Maybe some of you want to move, but you don't think you have the funds, so you're not really sure whether you're able to just uproot your life. As far as dreams go, I think it's possible that some of you have been dreaming about the past, or been dreaming about sort of like massive life changes, and it feels like in comparison you're not enjoying your life as much nowadays. Like in the past it was more exciting, or in the past I could do this or that, etc. Possibly the rabbit or animal sort of totem is also important for some of you as like a dream symbol. Or some of you want to work with animals. Empower yourself. Number 29, tune into your personal power. You are more than able to handle the situation facing you. Allow yourself to be the strong, beautiful person you are capable of being. And I love that message. And I think it's so fitting because Archangel Michael, you need to watch the Raphael group as well, because that's like the third time that he's made himself known in this reading. But Archangel Michael is the archangel of strength and empowerment and protection. And he's really lending you a lot of strength and courage now, whether it's courage to make changes and sort of bold choices for your life, whether it's courage to face your fears head on and to accept a situation where the truth might be painful or the truth might be uncomfortable, to acknowledge. The truth is always the first step. Acknowledging the situation is the first step to being able to change it and make it better. So if you are feeling very bored, dissatisfied, stuck, trapped, limited, worried about your health, worried about your living situation or your finances, worried about a relationship, Archangel Michael is reminding you that that acknowledgement is the first step forward. So we have this card coming out as a healing message, given that you got the perfect health card. I thought this was important. So this says awaken your vulnerability, number 3. And I think that's fitting with this reading because, you know, acknowledging the truth can make you feel very vulnerable. It can, for a time, make you feel out of control. Even if you've acknowledged it deep down already, it can be hard to really say out loud, yes, this is true, or really sit with those feelings. It can, you know, sort of make you feel very uncomfortable and squirmy and not very nice. But Archangel Michael is saying it's so important in order to be able to make those changes. You need to know what you're working with, first of all. So here we've got Watchers, transpersonal, number 60. And Many Masks, the authentic self, number 38. So definitely Many Masks is kind of about, you know, peeling away the brave face that we paint onto others, or the self that tells our inner self that everything's okay when we know deep down it's not. It's about being truthful. It's about accepting who we are, accepting our flaws, accepting the things that maybe aren't going so well for us at the moment. Transpersonal is an interesting message here as well. I like Watchers because that tells me that you are being watched over, not only by the angels but also by other members of your spiritual team, like your ancestors, for example, spirit guides, animal guides. But transpersonal is kind of saying this is not just you. You're not the only person that's feeling this way, or not the only person that is going through this. There are other people like you out there in the world. Maybe even closer to home than you might imagine. There might be other people in your family or in your friendship circle or at work maybe who have similar feelings, and if you can start the conversation, you know, you can realize that you're not alone. Full moon in Aquarius, be real. So literally there's so much here about truth and authenticity and acceptance. Last quarter moon in Taurus, be proud of yourself. Love that card. And your interests are compatible. That's an interesting message, and fits with the transpersonal message as well, that there is someone out there going through something similar and they're probably not very far away from you. You know, I actually feel like I should pull a romance card for you, group 1, because some of you, this is a relationship problem, or it's a dissatisfaction with a relationship, or with love in general, or friendship in general, or families in general. Keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectation. So that's what Archangel Michael wants you to know if you are sort of struggling when it comes to friends or romantic relationships. You know, people come in all different packages and people are very different, and they don't always continue to be the sort of person that we think they're going to be on first sight, or we might not get them straight away or understand their sense of humor, or we might feel that we come from a very different social or ethnic background to them, and therefore we probably won't have very much in common. But giving someone a chance can really lead to some beautiful serendipity. So that's what Archangel Michael wants you to know from the cards. We'll now do your charms and dice as well for your extra messages, group 1. Okay. Okay, so we have got the Christmas tree here, which is a winter time symbol. So winter is pretty important to this whole situation. It could be when something started, or when something's going to finish, or it could be just the time that you're in right now. It can also represent a more sort of abstract personal winter where you feel like there's a lack of opportunities, or you feel sort of bleak and left out in the cold. Just take that how it resonates with you. We've got the worry thread there, worry or anxiety, music, creativity, inspiration, sound healing potentially as well. We've got the little bird in the bird cage, feeling alone or wanting to have more support from other people. So this goes back to this keep an open mind, your interests are compatible message, but it also goes back to the peeling away the mask to reveal the true self and connecting with other people, because you actually really might be surprised that someone quite close to you is going through some similar things, or is having like a similar dissatisfaction with their life, even if it's about a different thing. You know, they might seem as though everything is perfect and they completely have their lives together, but on the inside things can be very different. So that goes back to keep an open mind, and what people portray on the surface is not always what's going on beneath. So we've got growth here, growth in the future. We also have this little thistle, which is the Scottish charm, connections to Scotland through someone's name, surname, family history, someone living in Scotland or having an interest in Scottish culture, traveling there, etc. That's just how I use that charm. But it can also be someone who is prickly, okay, because it's a thistle, so someone is a little bit difficult to get close to, or who doesn't really allow people into their inner circle very often, or into their inner thoughts. We do have inner child trauma with this little bunny charm, so some inner child healing is required for a lot of you. Again, this could be why you're feeling called to watch the Raphael reading from this pile, because there is a focus here upon health and healing. New beginnings with the key, unblocking energy which has become blocked or stagnant or stale. The stars will align at the right time for you. It's just about waiting for that right moment up until that point. And then finally we've got the Neptune charm from the astrology dice. Before we move on to your actual dice, the Neptune is an interesting one, because Neptune sort of represents sort of creativity. It represents your dreams, your intuition, your imagination. So this goes back to the dreams and the symbolism sort of thing, and where I said that you were probably feeling something deep down but weren't quite acknowledging it on that conscious level yet. That's sort of Neptune is the sort of subconscious, or the deep down intuitive understanding. You might want to see where your Neptune is, or how Neptune is currently transiting your personal planets right now. That might be having an effect on you mood wise, or an effect on your life circumstances that you aren't aware of. So check your natal Neptune, what sign and house it's in, what aspects it has to other planets and asteroids and things, and do check the current transits. Whenever you're watching this is a timeless reading, but check the current transits around Neptune and how that's affecting your personal planets. So we'll check your dice now as well for some final messages. Okay. So we're going to roll the 6th set of dice for you, the actions dice. Nope, the voyages dice. Here we go. And we're rolling 3 of them for you. So we got 6 and 3 as your numbers from the dice. Okay, so we've got anger or frustration showing up as your first dice. So, you know, this goes back to feeling stuck or feeling unhappy with your situation or feeling like you're unable to achieve something within a given time frame or with the resources that you currently have. We've got the toxic person or situation charm. This dice draws attention to a person or situation that's just really not good for you. It's draining, it's heavy, it's holding you back, it feels just like it makes you unhappy. You know, one way to actually tell if someone is toxic is if you walk away from spending time with them, even if it's in a group rather than one-to-one, and rather than feeling inspired or buoyant or happy or neutral even, you feel frustrated or you feel angry or upset or you feel restless, irritable, any of those things, deflated. When you walk away from someone and realize that that's typically how you feel after interacting with them, that's a good sign that they are actually toxic for you or draining or a psychic vampire, whatever you want to term it, someone who is not a good match with your energy or who subconsciously isn't desiring your highest good. And your final dice there is the bag of gold. So abundance, wealth, finances, financial opportunities, because we did get with the Page of Pentacles this message of a potential promotion or windfall or payment increase or a new job or maybe gaining some kind of qualification that allows you to earn a little bit more. Could even be something like launching your own business on the side that brings in a little bit of money, but anything to do with a little bit of extra financial boon is sort of showing up there with that dice. So there is some extra money coming your way, and I feel like if this is talking about you being worried that you're not going to be able to afford something, as we said about trying to get a mortgage or trying to buy a house, to move house or pay your bills or anything like that, I feel like this is a message from Archangel Michael saying it's going to be okay. You will find the money, or you will find a reasonable house with the money that you have in, you know, a decent area, etc. It will work out for you with that respect. So that's what Archangel Michael is saying for you today, Group 1. If you want to go ahead and watch the Archangel Raphael reading as well, then do. That's pile 2. If not, then thank you so much for being here. Have a lovely rest of your day. Please do let me know in the comments what you thought of this reading. I would love to hear from you, and please do like, share and subscribe as well if you enjoyed the video. That really helps me to get seen more on YouTube and helps us to get these messages to as many people as possible. Do check out my description box or my comment that I post in the comments section if you are interested in the work that I do and you'd like to get more involved. You can follow me on Instagram from there to get access to daily oracle cards in your feed. I would love it if you would head over to Patreon and consider becoming a patron. There you can get access to exclusive content like extra picker cards and giveaways and healing sessions and other things that I do on an ad hoc basis. You can book private readings, healing sessions, or get information about your guardian angel from me over on my Etsy shop. I have 2 wish lists linked below for new tarot and oracle decks if you'd like to send a gift to the channel, and I also have a PayPal link for tips and donations which support me in the work that I do, and any amount is really gratefully appreciated. And we do currently still have a discount code running with Modern Day Manifestations. They're very kindly offering 10% off for Violet Stream Tarot viewers on their first order of beautiful handmade crystal jewelry. Head over to the link below with Modern Day Manifestations. That link will validate the discount code. The discount code is Violet, which you should apply at checkout, and they offer free international shipping on all orders. So I really do recommend their beautiful products. Have a lovely rest of your day. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you again soon. Bye bye. Take care. Hey there, Group 2. Welcome to your reading. If you chose Archangel Raphael, we're going to get some messages from him now. Now, some of you might have come from group 1 because there was a lot of messages in Archangel Michael's video also urging people from that pile to watch Raphael's message. So there's probably a lot of people watching this. Raphael maybe has a lot to say today. So we're going to start off with the Raphael Oracle rather than Tarot, just because I want the archangels to sort of guide the reading. I would love it if you could subscribe as well, group 2, if you haven't already. That means that you get notified whenever I release a video, and it also really helps out my channel as well. Okay. Now, I really wanted to get a few cards from each of these decks in the readings today, so that's why we've got so many. But we have Forgiveness Heals. Dear God and Archangel Raphael, I am willing to forgive myself and others in exchange for what I really want, peace and health. That's interesting that we've got that one because that was the daily Instagram post for the collective just a few days ago, so that's interesting for me that that one's come out first. Then we have Children. Dear Archangel Raphael, thank you for helping me to help children. Massage. Dear Archangel Raphael, please help me know that I deserve to receive massages and other self-care treatments. Jesus, the Divine Healer. Dear Jesus, thank you for your divine healing power and presence. And finally, meditation. Dear Archangel Raphael, please meditate with me and guide my mind and body to focus upon peace, health, and wellness. So there's a few things going on here. Forgiveness Heals is telling us not to hold on to negativity and resentment. You know, it can be really difficult to release our anger, upset, or frustration that we hold towards others, but ultimately, I read somewhere quite a while ago that holding on to anger is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. It only really damages yourself in the long run. And I think that's what Archangel Raphael is trying to communicate here, is that we don't necessarily have to forgive because we agree with what happened or we believe that we were in the wrong. We just forgive so that we can move on. With the children message, it's possible that some of you want to work with children, or are trying to conceive a child or increase your family or start your family. Possibly some of you have fertility concerns, or you are currently engaging in inner child healing, or this is a message that says you really need to start focusing on inner child healing as there's a lot of wounds there. Sorry, God. We've got number 41, Nautilus Princess, Powerful Personal Growth. So that fits with the inner child message and also with forgiveness and meditation. Focusing on meditation. Massage is just a treat yourself message and don't think that you're not worth it message. It doesn't have to be massage specifically, but it can be any sort of self-care treatment. It could even be something that seems superficial, like getting your hair done or getting your nails done or spending a little bit more on some expensive skincare or some nice bath or shower products maybe. Just to treat yourself and take care of yourself because you deserve it, and why wouldn't you do what's best for your body if you can? Traveling lightly, simplify your life. So that fits with Forgiveness Heals. And also in many ways with meditation. You know, that can help us to really relieve a lot of stuff that's built up in our psyche, as well as relieving tension within the physical body as well, because the deep breathing and the sort of slower heart rate, lower blood pressure, etc. that's associated with meditation really helps to just release an awful lot of build-up. You have number 9, Curiouser and Curiouser, Discovery, Inquiry, Weirdness, Curiosity. Number 10, Follow your own good advice, Trust yourself, you know what is best for you. And number 11, Changed in the Night, You have changed quickly. So all of this fits in your reading. I mean, we've got this one, which I think fits with powerful personal growth. I think traveling lightly and follow your own good advice makes sense. Sorry, group 2, my camera just completely cut out there. It's happened actually in group 1, but at a point where I don't think it made much difference, so I didn't announce it, and then it keeps happening in personal readings as well. It's obviously Mercury retrograde because it's only happening since that started, so I apologize for any technical difficulties that may occur throughout the reading. What was I saying? So you know what's right for you, and you don't have to overcomplicate things by taking on a lot of burdens or doing a lot of things that just feel too much for you, too complex, or which don't maybe quite chime with you. You might have people saying, oh, do this, do that, or encouraging you to give this a try, but ultimately, if it doesn't feel right for you, then it's probably not for you. And I think this is about self-discovery and sort of trying out a few different things to see what does work for you. Also fits with the meditation message, sort of self-discovery through meditation. Ooh, group 1 got this card. Number 29, empower yourself. Tune into your personal power. You are more than able to handle the situation facing you. Allow yourself to be the strong, beautiful person you are capable of being. And so obviously that fits with the Nautilus Princess card. But it's funny because when I pulled that card for group 1, which was the Archangel Michael reading, I said, so Archangel Raphael says, and then realized it was from Michael, but he was obviously there at the forefront of the reading. So we also get number 31, mutually beneficial venture. There is an extraordinary connection at the forefront of your life at this moment. Utilize this relationship to benefit everyone concerned. So that could be a person that's physically around you who can offer you help or guidance or reassurance. It could be Archangel Raphael himself, or it could be one of your guardian angels or any other member of your spiritual team. For example, it could be a patron deity, it could be an ascended master like Jesus. Whoever's energy you're feeling around you can really, really help you, and that goes in with discovery and things like this. But it's also just a reminder of if it's not mutually beneficial, don't give it a go, you know, because we've got this message here of following your own advice, not overcomplicating things. If you feel like someone is just pushing you to do something and it's not working out for you, then just set your boundaries quite firmly and say, look, it's not working for me, or this doesn't work for me. We'll have to knock it on the head. So your healing message is awaken your vulnerability. Number 3. Wow, group 1 got that as well. That is honestly so strange. Wow. So don't be afraid of feeling vulnerable. Sometimes in massage, for example, that can feel quite vulnerable if you're not someone who's used to that. You're obviously having to trust your massage therapist, especially if you have pain anywhere, not to hurt you. And also the fact that you're usually undressed can cause feelings of vulnerability as well. So it's allowing yourself to just relax into that kind of thing. Equally, fertility treatment or trying to conceive can make you feel very vulnerable. Meditation sometimes can make you feel vulnerable because you're connecting to something much higher than yourself and sort of negating the ego sometimes, which can be very strange and a little bit alien at first. So it's something that takes some getting used to. But that's your healing message. I'm really sorry, Gjord. With this new setup, you keep getting smacked in the face all the time. Number 34, lay of the land. Ancestral wisdom. So connecting to the ancestors. And maybe that's where children comes in. But also there may be healing modalities or techniques within your genealogy, or maybe just your particular family history that you could use to help yourself feel better. That could be something to discover. I think we'll actually get an ancestor message given that we've got that card. I had these cards out and I thought about putting them away, but for some reason I felt like I shouldn't, and that's exactly why. Because they're coming out today. Connect with past loved ones. Sense, feel, reconnect. Wow. I mean, that's what ancestral wisdom is all about. That is just, wow, that's crazy. So past loved ones are around you, and that could also be where mutually beneficial venture is coming in, that they are surrounding you. This could also be an extremely personal message for someone who has maybe lost a child or miscarried or had an ectopic pregnancy or anything like that, that child is at peace and is still around you. You've got the 9 of Michael from the Archangel Power Tarot, 9 of Swords. Your worry is unnecessary. Focus your thoughts on the outcome of your desire. Release feelings of regret, guilt, or worry to your angels. So it's sort of like traveling lightly, where we're sort of mentioning don't carry around things that are unnecessary. Focus on what it is that you want, really, and don't carry around all of these unnecessary burdens. It also takes us back to that Forgiveness Heals card, which opened up your reading. Also shows us as well how Michael and Raphael seem to be extremely connected across these two readings. Michael showing up in Raphael's reading and Raphael showing up in Michael's reading. So Raphael also says new moon in Aquarius, open up to change. So change is coming. There is like a new beginning or a new process for you now to enter. Full moon in Pisces, forgive. Forgiveness message again. Incredible. And then we've got social media. Okay, so it could be that social media is kind of making you feel worse and you need to detox from it. This simplify your life by hanging around on social media less. It could be that social media is causing you to feel inferior. It could be that it's actually a positive tool for you to discover new healing modalities or to learn more about yourself, depending on who you follow and what kind of content you're looking at and the algorithms are showing you on social media. It can either be a blessing or a curse, a help or a hindrance. So we will take a look at your charms and dice now, group 2, to see what else Archangel Raphael wants to tell you. I'm just still so interested by the interchange between Michael and Raphael, but I do often find in my readings that groups 1 and 2 are often more similar or more connected to each other, whereas group 3 is always very, very different, or is often much more different from the other two than they are from each other. So we'll do your charms. Okay, so we've got the birdcage, which is about feeling stuck or trapped or restricted. And there was actually a different birdcage charm that landed on pile 1, so that's incredible. We've also got the Chamber of Secrets entrance charm, which represents sort of going through a tough time. It's a dark night of the soul. It's fighting some kind of monster, opening a can of worms sometimes that really needs to be unleashed so that it can be dealt with. It's whatever's lurking there in the psyche or in the family or in your past that really needs to be integrated and healed and acknowledged. We have the owl, listening to your inner wisdom. Your conscience is very strong and is very important. You have the yoga and meditation charm, mindfulness, when you literally have the meditation card. It's incredible. You've got the letter O landing on traveling lightly. That could be a person, a place, a word. And the mustache, that's a divine masculine message. So possibly there is a man that is kind of hampering your progress, or a woman with predominant masculine energy that is getting in the way, or is maybe being very demanding or suggesting you do this, but it's not really a suggestion, it's more of a command. That might only be for a few of you. For some of you it might be more to do with memories of the past, but I did kind of get this feeling that some of you were being pushed into doing something by someone supposedly for your own good, but actually you didn't really feel like it was going to work out for you. So we do have healing here in the form of the starfish. And we've got the worry thread. Okay, so worries or anxiety showing up. We have the Black Knight, someone who keeps their motivations or true identity to themselves. Can also be about a mysterious stranger entering your life. We have divine intervention with Pegasus. This is also a symbol of healing and creativity and inspiration. And then down here we have the Page of Pentacles charm. And the Page of Pentacles was a card that Group 1 got. So again, incredible interchange there. That's about taking things one step at a time, not rushing yourself. And we have the dog, this loyalty symbol. And it's also a zodiac marker for people born in the Chinese year of the dog. So that could be important to you, or that could be one of these people that's sort of having an impact on your life. So we'll do your dice as well now. Group 2. So we're rolling the 5th set of dice, and again, this is crazy because I rolled 6 for Group 1 and I said, oh, that's the actions dice, but no, that's number 5. So I said the name of this dice in Group 1. Insane. I love how they're so interconnected. So these are the dice we're using today, the actions dice. And we're rolling 2 of them for you. Two dice for Group 2. Okay, so we've got picturing or visualizing what you really want to. We've got a person drawing a person. So that goes back to this message about focus on the outcome you desire. Try not to think about the worst case scenario or what you don't want to happen, because you know, you attract what you think of, you attract what you focus on, and if you're focusing on what you don't want, then that's what you're going to bring in. So this is, you know, dreaming of a situation or a person, maybe a child that you want to bring into your life, and really visualizing it and holding that best case scenario in your mind. And a similar thing going on here. We've got the person who's blindfolded and he's kind of feeling this other person's face to figure out who it is. It's like feeling out, maybe for example, your spirit guides, passed over loved ones, angels that are around you, getting to know your spiritual team, getting to know a new mysterious stranger in your life, working someone out, working out what's going on beneath the surface of another person. And that's really interesting. But also getting to know new people, like new children, for example, or new friends, new strangers, as I said before already. Seems to be quite a theme here. So really interesting reading. It's obviously going to be different for a lot of you based on how you're interpreting these messages, but really interesting for me as a reader, especially to see the interchange between groups 1 and 2. So now I'm interested to see what's going on in group 3. Thank you so much for being here. Please let me know in the comments what you thought of this reading, whether you enjoyed it. I would love to hear from you. And if you did enjoy it, I would love it if you would like, share and subscribe. This really helps out my channel, and it means that we can get these messages to as many people as possible. If you're interested in the work that I do here, do check out the description box and the comment that I post in the comments section. They are always full of links, so you can follow me on Instagram from there for daily oracle cards. You can head over to Patreon if you'd like to. I'd love it if you would consider becoming a patron. Over there you get access to exclusive content, including extra picker cards, giveaways, healing sessions and other ad hoc things that I do. And it means that you get to support the channel through being a member over there as well. You can book a private reading, healing session, or get information about your guardian angel over on Etsy. That's all from me. That's all personal services and products that I offer. I do have 2 wish lists linked below for new tarot and oracle decks. If you're feeling very generous and you would like to send a new gift to the channel, that would be so lovely. So thank you to everyone who is kind enough to do that. I do have a PayPal link as well. That's linked below. That is for tips and donations for people who just want to leave a little tip. That's fine. Everything is gratefully appreciated in the support of the work that I do here. And we do currently have a discount running with Modern Day Manifestations. The link is in the comment section below, and also in the description box to activate the discount code. The discount code is Violet, which you should apply at checkout. You will get 10% off your first order of beautiful handmade crystal jewelry, and they offer free international shipping, and I really recommend their beautiful products. So thank you so much again for being here, Group 2. Check out the links below if you're interested, and have a lovely rest of your day. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you again soon. Bye bye. Hey there, Group 3. Welcome to your reading if you chose the Archangel Gabriel. We will see what messages he has for you today. Now, Group 1 and 2 were extremely crazily intertwined. It was really weird and really interesting. Groups 1 and 2 in my readings are often sort of more similar to each other than Group 3, which is always pretty different from the both of them. So I'm super interested to see what Group 3 is going to be about, because Group 1 and 2 have had loads of crazy synchronicities that have linked the two readings together. So Group 3, let's see what Archangel Gabriel has to say to you. I would love it if you could subscribe as well if you haven't already. That means that you get notified whenever I release a video, and it also really helps out my channel. I always wanted to get quite a few cards from this deck to start off the reading, and obviously it's unusual that we're starting with these oracle cards, because normally I would start out with tarot, but I really just wanted the archangels to guide the direction of the reading. So your first card from Archangel Gabriel is Prosperity. Your actions have resulted in incoming abundance, which is obviously such a lovely message. You also have New Project. Like a newborn baby, your actions are growing your idea into a reality. Then you have Deserving. You, like all of God's children, deserve happiness, health, and love. And Vision Board. Create a board with images and words that inspire you. It's a very specific message. So prosperity is coming towards you, or will result because of a new project that you are currently starting or considering working on. You are deserving of this abundance and prosperity that is coming your way. You've created it through your own hard work. And your own willing. And a vision board would be helpful, maybe so that you know what direction the project is going in, so that you can visualize it better, or just to maybe bring about more success for yourself. So let's get some more messages from Archangel Gabriel. Wake up, number 25. It's your moment. Wow. Beautiful cards. So definitely with that combined with prosperity, deserving, and new project really seems to say that this is your time, Group 3, and that there is some real inspiration that you have right now that you should be following, or there is maybe just going to be some great result from something that you're currently already working on, or that you're getting close to wrapping up. Okay, here we have got Amara the Menahune, Aloha Healing, number 19. And we have number 34, Faceless Ghosts and the Haunted Girl, Ghost People. So it feels like you are especially gifted and talented creatively, and like you are just sort of, I don't know, it feels like you're surrounded by people that don't really get it, or don't really understand it, or just aren't creative and gifted themselves. So it's sort of like you can't have those people act as a sounding board because they might not understand what you're doing, or they're not really capable of giving proper feedback. The Aloha Healing message also says that you need to get out into nature more to help stimulate your creativity, especially if you're spending a lot of time inside creating, or if you're in front of a screen for a long time doing that sort of thing. It's important to have regular trips outside, and being in the natural world and the fresh air will really help to boost your creativity just anyway, but it's also really good for your mental health and physical health. Ascending the mountain, keep going forward. It honestly really feels like whatever you're doing right now or considering starting is really incredible, like it really positively aspected in the reading. You're certainly on the right path with something. Maybe you were even drawn to this reading in Archangel Gabriel because you were wondering if a particular project was something that you should be following or something that you should pursue. Number 39, back on task. Be sure you're using your time in the best possible manner. You might consider reviewing your goals, your schedule, or a project you're working on. All could use some fine-tuning. So it's basically don't be complacent. Group 3, it's like saying, keep going. If you feel like you're hitting a brick wall, then it means that you need to work around it, because this project definitely needs to come into existence. It's definitely something that you're being really called to do. But if you feel like it's not working out, or like you're just quite not really getting there, then there is another way, and you just need to figure out creatively what that way is. Especially if you're watching it when I post, we're in Mercury retrograde. There's been some technical issues throughout the reading on the previous piles, and you know, you might be struggling with similar creative blocks or creative or technical difficulties, and that's also an area that needs a little bit more patience. Decision, Archangel Raphael. This is the Devil card in the Archangel Power Tarot. Release yourself from that which holds you back, a need to detox, unnecessary worry based on a lack of self-confidence. So that's Capricorn's energy coming through. The need to detox fits very nicely with Amara the Menahune. I also feel like it's connected to this ghost people message about the people around you not really supporting you or not really understanding what you're doing. It feels as though you've had to keep this project to yourself a lot, or not have anyone to talk to about it because there's just no one that gets it, or you might be dismissed even by the people around you as being like wasting your time, or they don't really get it, they don't find it interesting, etc. That can obviously bash your self-esteem or your confidence a little bit creatively. Just really felt like another card from this deck wanted to come out. Perfect. 9 of Gabriel. Okay, so not only is it a Gabriel card, a Wands card, the 9 of Wands, but look, stay determined and move forward. Be prepared for any possibility. Environmental activism. So for some of you, this creative thing or this project is actually connected to the environment. But wow, stay determined and move forward. And the 9 of Gabriel is often when you feel like you're completely on your own. And you might be at a point where you feel like you've been working on something for a long time, or you've had the idea for a long time, but it's not quite complete yet, and you can't quite see a time when it will be yet. You're not quite able to see that completion date. But just keep pushing forward, keep going forward. Number 6, Cosmic Womb, the Divine Feminine. And I think that fits nicely with how it feels like you're birthing something into reality. You are bringing this project into reality, and it's not purely stemming from you. It is stemming from something higher. And number 13, Dream Thief, Refusal of the Call. And this just connects so well with the Devil card and with the Ghost People card of other people discouraging you, or you at times wondering if this is something you should pursue, whether it's silly, whether it's a waste of your time, whether anyone else will get it or understand it. But to do that would constitute a refusal of the call. It would constitute, you know, just admitting defeat. Divine Feminine is nice there as well, because the Divine Feminine is inherently creative. And the Cosmic Womb, as well as the whole birthing process, also suggests the gestation period where you're really thinking about things and trying to form something out of nothing or out of limited resources or ideas. Also suggests that you're being held by the Divine Feminine. They are holding sacred space for you. Your healing message is assimilate life experience. Number 2, so learn from past mistakes or learn from the wisdom of your own experience in life. You know, given that we've got the Divine Feminine message, let's pull a Goddess Guidance Oracle card. I've actually pulled a card from a different deck, like an extra one for every group so far. In Archangel Michael's group, we pulled a Romance Angel. In Archangel Raphael's group, we pulled a Ancestor Spirit Oracle, but for you it's going to be the Goddess Guidance Oracle, group 3, Archangel Gabriel's group. Wow. So you have Athene, inner wisdom, and so the Divine Feminine is saying to you, you know what to do. Trust your inner wisdom and take appropriate action without delay. What an incredible card. You know what to do. You don't need to listen to all of these other voices, all of these, naysayers or conflicting opinions. You just need to follow your own guidance, your own conscience, your own inspiration. Especially because I do get the vibe that this project is sort of guided from a higher source. And don't forget, a lot of people imagine Athene as just like a wisdom goddess or an intellect goddess or a goddess of strategy and battle, which she is, but she's also the goddess of artisans and crafts. She's the goddess of handwork and things like weaving and pottery and other kinds of crafts that you do. So a lot of people forget that aspect of Athene, but she's very connected to crafts and also anything that involves logic or pattern recognition. You might also want to look up and see where Pallas is in your birth chart, Pallas Athene. It's an asteroid obviously named after the goddess Athene. It's often overlooked. It's a bone of contention for me that asteroids are often overlooked in birth charts, and a lot of people who are fairly knowledgeable about astrology don't even know that they exist or that they're used in astrology. But Pallas shows us where we are strategizing. It also shows our ability in handwork and crafts. It shows our pattern recognition, our logical mind, how we use logic or not in our lives, how we sort of win arguments or start arguments and negotiate all of these sorts of conflicts that require strategy. Whereas Mars, or Aries, the planet Mars, is associated with the god of war in the sense of like the drive that you need to push through and win the battle, a bit like the Nine of Wands, in fact. Athene is more the strategizer, the brilliant mind that wins the battle through seeing it like a chess game with all the possible outcomes and making the moves accordingly. So Archangel Gabriel also says, last quarter moon in Sagittarius, practice gratitude. And full moon in Pisces, forgive. Forgive the people, I guess, that don't see your genius or can't support your dream because it's not on their wavelength. Practice gratitude for the skills and the abilities and the inspiration that you do have, and sort of let those people and their opinions go from this project with grace and with peace and with forgiveness. And you have to be a good listener. And I think that fits nicely with listening to that inner voice and that inner wisdom, because it is being guided from this higher place, maybe even from the Divine Feminine herself in one of her forms. So let's look at your charms and dice now, group 3, for your extra messages from Archangel Gabriel. Really lovely messages for you today from the cards. Okay, so we have the sheath there, which is about hiding something or keeping something to yourself, keeping something under wraps, and that might fit with how you feel as though you can't talk about this project or that you just sort of have to do it in secret to avoid judgment. We have the calculator, working things out, figuring out what you want to do or what form this project is going to take if you just have got the inspiration right now and not the actual form of what it is that you want to do. We've got Aquarius. The shield, such a lovely charm to come out because that is one of the symbols of Pallas Athene, or Minerva as she's called in the Roman pantheon, the shield. Obviously, that's about defending yourself or protecting your energy field and not letting people in far enough to damage what is important and sacred to you. We've also got the skeleton, representing skeletons in the closet, things from the past that upset you, cause you shame, or are difficult to sort of think about or deal with. That might also be where the faceless ghosts are coming in. It could be insecurities from the past or things that people have maybe said about your work or your plans or your artwork in the past that have now resurfaced to sort of hamper your progress in a sense, because they've come out of the subconscious. We have the good luck charm, which is also the Irish charm, connections to Ireland, connections to, for example, people with an Irish name or surname, people with Irish family history, people who work for an Irish company or travel to Ireland or have interest in Irish culture. Any of those things are always brought up by my country marker charms and dice. We've got pain here with the wasp, feeling hurt, feeling stung. So I do genuinely feel like this is literally talking about people who have said nasty things about your work, or who have tried to discourage you or made you feel like you're wasting your time, or even if it was like many, many years ago, like when you were a child, like literally you drew a picture one day and your teacher basically ripped it apart verbally and really, really hurt you by doing that, and you swore you would never draw anything ever again. You know, it could be something like that. It doesn't have to be something that's recent where people are saying, oh, I don't think you should go ahead with this project because it's a waste of your time. Words cut deep, and sometimes it's just actions, like people not appreciating the work that you do, or showing enough interest when you talk about it. You know, it's not necessarily things that people say either. And finally, we've got the cat that's got the cream, the content, happy, satisfied cat. So there's definitely a lot of happiness in your future and fulfillment with regards to this project, as well as just the prosperity that comes in the form of finance or recognition. So we are going to roll the 6th set of dice for you today, group 3, the Voyager's dice. And there's the shield right there in the center, right next to the bag of money. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. That's a 1, so I'm going to roll again. Okay, we're going to roll 5 dice for you today. Okay, so we've got the bowl of rice. That's about nourishing yourself, taking care of yourself on a very basic level and doing what's right for you. Sort of think of soul food when I see that, and just doing things that comfort you and protect your energy field. We do have memories or nostalgia with the camera, so it could be like really deep-seated past memories coming back, or past comments or behavior of people that's coming back and causing you to worry about this project. We have the city of your dreams. I always use this dice to talk about this ideal future that you can picture for yourself. So it's like seeing exactly what you want to create here, exactly what outcome you are looking for from this project, and just going for it, just completely herring it towards that outcome. We have the setting sun or the rising sun. So with this, I always see it as just like the closing of one chapter or the completion of a project and the beginning of something new. So you could be at that point where you're currently closing up a project and you're getting ready for this new project that Archangel Gabriel is talking about, or it could be that you've, you know, recently come out of a period of inaction maybe, and now you're heading into a more creative period. And finally, we've got the jigsaw piece, the missing piece of the puzzle. So this is about changing your approach, or changing how exactly you're going about achieving this goal, or changing your behavior towards it, whatever it is that you need to do to make sure that it comes about in the best possible way. So that's what I'm seeing in your reading today, group 3. What a lovely, supportive, encouraging reading. I really hope you enjoyed it, and please let me know in the comments what you thought and whether it resonated with you. I would love to hear from you. And please do like, share and subscribe as well if you enjoyed this video. That really helps me to get seen more on YouTube, and it really helps out my channel as well, and is a nice way to show your appreciation for the reading. If you're interested in what I do, in my work, then do check out my description box or the comment that I post in the comment section below. They're always full of links to help you get more involved. You can follow me on Instagram. From those links for daily oracle cards, you can head over to Patreon and consider becoming a patron. I would really appreciate it if you did. Over there you get to support the channel more regularly, and in exchange you get access to exclusive content like extra picker cards and giveaways and healing sessions and things that I do on an ad hoc basis. You can also head over to my Etsy page from those links below to book a private reading or healing session with me, or to get information about your guardian angel. I have 2 wish lists linked below for new tarot and oracle decks. If anyone is feeling very kind and would like to send a new deck or gift to the channel, that would be so lovely of you. And yeah, I have those linked below. I also have a PayPal link for tips and donations which support me in the work that I do and help me to keep making these videos. Any amount is very gratefully received and very much appreciated, so thank you to everyone who has given back in some way. And we do still have an offer running with Modern Day Manifestations. You head over to the link that's below that activates the discount code, which you should then apply at checkout. The discount code is Violet, and that means that you will get 10% off your first order of beautiful handmade crystal jewelry. They also have free international shipping there as well, so it's a great deal, and I really do recommend their beautiful jewelry. Thank you so much for being here, Group 3. Again, have a lovely rest of your day. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.